Buck Sexton is going to get married on Saturday. This is kind of a big deal. And congratulations to Buck in advance. You will be, as a result, on your honeymoon during the Super Bowl, which will be played between the Eagles and the Chiefs. Congratulations to people out there who are Eagles fans and Chiefs fans.
I just want to say, Clay, even if I have to, like the smart guy from Gilligan's Island, find some wire and coconuts on the island I'll be in the Pacific, I'll watch that Super Bowl somehow.
Do you think they will show the Super Bowl where you are going to be? Like, do you think, let's presume that, I don't even know what the time zone difference is, but let's presume you were a diehard sports fan. Do you think you're going to be in Bora Bora? I don't know, how big is Bora Bora? Did I just, there's 100 people there, and I have no idea how big this island that you're going to be on is.
I mean, I was just going to leave it South Pacific because that's a large area, Clay. But anyway, it's a small island.
I think that there has to be thousands and thousands of people on holiday, on vacation, whatever out there. Do you think you could find it? Do you think it airs on that island in the South Pacific?
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. Look, I'm still reeling from the knowledge that my beloved Cincinnati Bengals failed to pull it out last night. Now that you just told me this, it's very sad for me.
Lots of officiating controversies built into this, but that ties in very well with the audio that I want to play you. All right, so Cincinnati has a young mayor, and I don't even know exactly. Let me see if I can get his name right. He's only been in office for a short period of time, and his name is Aftab Puraval. I might have gotten that wrong. I believe he's of South Asian descent. Aftab Puraval, relatively young guy, around 40 years old, is only recently elected as mayor. Okay, Buck, he is under a tremendous amount of fire right now, because he delivered, it's not uncommon for politicians. For instance, I saw our friends J.D. Vance and Josh Hawley, senator from Ohio, senator from Missouri. I think also Roger Marshall, senator from Kansas, got involved. Kansas City Chiefs versus Cincinnati Bengals. I think they bet barbecue or something along those lines. Not uncommon for politicians to make wagers with mayors, governors, anything else like that. I have never heard this level of trash talk. This was an official statement put out by Cincinnati's mayor before the game, Buck. You haven't heard this at all. I don't know how many of you heard this, but he is under immense fire because the Bengals go on to lose, and they actually took the mayor's trash talk to heart. Listen to this.
Good afternoon, Cincinnati. I have a proclamation from the desk of the mayor. Be it proclaimed, whereas the Cincinnati Bengals are headed to Burrowhead Stadium for their second consecutive AFC Championship game. Whereas at last year's game, the Bengals scored more points than the Chiefs, resulting in a Bengals victory and a Chiefs loss. Whereas Joseph Lee Burrow, who's 3-0 against Mahomes, has been asked by officials to take a paternity test confirming whether or not he's his father. Whereas all season long, Cincinnati has been on a path of destiny, fighting it out to overcome anyone who stands between them and a Super Bowl win. And whereas Kansas City is named after its neighboring state, which is, just kind of weird. Now, therefore, I, Aftab Puraval, mayor of the city of Cincinnati, do hereby proclaim January 29th, 2023 as They Gotta Play Us Day in Cincinnati. Thank you.
Okay, Buck, I don't know how much of that you picked up on. For people out there who may not, he called it Burrowhead Stadium. All right, Arrowhead Stadium is the name of the stadium in Kansas City, and Joe Burrow is the quarterback. So that's pretty heavy level of trash talk. He also said the paternity test line, whether the Cincinnati Bengals quarterback needed to be, the test to see whether or not he was Patrick Mahomes' father. Now, immediately after the game, Travis Kelce, who is a star tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, had a very good game as he always does, called out the Cincinnati mayor on the stage. Listen to this.
Oh, thank God, man. Woo! Burrowhead my ass! Woo! It's Mahomes' house!
All right, he also said, and maybe we can grab the other audio, he called out the mayor and told him to stay in his lane and called him a jabroni. The crowd went crazy. This is now, we need to grab that one too. It's on my Twitter feed if the crew can grab it. Is Cincinnati's mayor in political peril now over, because everybody's saying that his trash talk helped to motivate, and I think if you hear this Travis Kelce audio, it clearly did. Like, they all knew what he had said. He calls out the mayor specifically during the celebration. I actually think the city of Cincinnati is so Bengals crazy. I actually think the mayor is in some political peril here over trying to trash talk and doing such a bad job of it.
I don't know that I've ever heard a politician trash talk like that before.
I agree. I'm telling you, it isn't common.
First. Are people upset about this? Is that where this is? Is there a lot of controversy over the? Let me guess. The paternity line got him into. Is that what got him into trouble?
I don't think it's so much like the politically incorrect nature of anything that he said, because again, it was just kind of trash talk. It was the fact that he basically, it's like you poke a tiger, right? Like, they're already, ironically, I guess, since they're the Bengals, you're going into a tough environment already. You never want to say, like, oh, the stadium's overrated, the fans are overrated, the quarterback's overrated. It's a big game. Like, everybody wants to win. If you want to talk a little bit of trash after you win, maybe, and it was a close to hard-fought game, went down to basically the final play. But in the immediate aftermath, and I need to play the Travis Kelce audio for you, which is on my Twitter feed. But as they are handing him the championship trophy for the AFC, he goes full WWE, old school WWF wrestling heel promo. And like if you checked, the mayor was trending last night, which is never a good sign for the mayor of a city. And I went in just to go read the mentions, and it was all Bengals fans just eviscerating him. So they're like blaming him for the loss, is what? Yeah, they're like, you idiot! Why did you do such a ridiculous viral trash talk proclamation? It's one thing if you're like, hey, I'll bet you.
I mean, come on. Do adults really need to be told that it doesn't matter what the mayor says?
But here's my argument. I think the mayor's statement did motivate the Chiefs more than they otherwise would have been. And so do we have this audio now here? Cut 27. Here's what happened in the immediate aftermath. If I'm running against this mayor in Cincinnati, Buck, this is in my first advertisement. Listen.
I got some wise words for that Cincinnati mayor. Know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni. You gotta fight for your right to party.
Now, granted, Travis Kelce is not exactly an esteemed, debate participant here, but I actually think that this mayor is going to bear some electoral blame over this. People are furious. They want somebody to blame.
When's he up for re-election?
Couple of years, I think. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not an expert in the Cincinnati mayoral politics.
He's not. No one's going to remember. I think he might lose. Smack.
I'll be honest with you, Buck. I would not vote for this mayor based on if I live in Nashville. I'm a big Tennessee Titan fan. If my team lost a close game and our idiot mayor, and we do have an idiot mayor here in Nashville, I would not put it past him. If our idiot mayor did something that I thought made it more likely that he would that my team lost, I would not vote for him. I'm not even kidding about this. I think he's going to have electoral significance for this guy in Cincinnati.
I have more faith in the voters of Cincinnati than for them to care about the trash talking of the mayor. But
if you're in Cincinnati and you agree with me, or Buck, 800-282-2882, we can have some fun with this. So I've never heard. Have you ever heard anything like that? You are a casual fan at best of things like this. Have you ever heard a mayor say anything that aggressive? No.
I do remember back when I used to watch the NBA, that there were because if you were a long-suffering Knicks fan, you had many close calls where they got, the Eastern Conference Finals, they lost to the Pacers or something like that, and they should have won. They never won a championship. But I remember that there were people who were blaming Spike Lee for getting up in Reggie Miller's face. But now that I could see, because that's face-to-face on the court, because Spike Lee was always sitting courtside, and people said that he antagonizing Reggie Miller got Reggie Miller, who at that point was one of the best three-point shooters of all time, got him in the zone, and the Knicks lost.
I think
there was
that's
that cup, but he
100%
wasn't
true.
the mayor.
I think that's 100% true. I think Spike Lee might have cost the Knicks a finals, opportunity
Appearance, yeah.
in that series. Because if I remember correctly, the Pacers advanced and played against the Bulls instead. Yeah, that was a tough one in Game 7 when your Knicks lost to the Houston Rockets back in the day.
Yeah, and I do remember. Wasn't there a guy? Was it the Cubs? Now we're sorry, folks. My
Steve
sports
Bartman.
knowledge. What?
Steve Bartman reached out and kept the ball from being caught. Yes.
Wow, you know the name of the guy, right?
Oh,
of
I mean,
course
he's an iconic. But now the Cubs have won a World Series since, so I think it lessens some of the sting of that defeat. But he reached out in a game against the Florida Marlins. I think they're the Miami Marlins now. I can barely keep up, but yeah, he reached. I don't remember which one they were at the time, but he reached out over the field after a foul ball, and he basically has gone into hiding. I mean, the reason why that guy's kind of famous is he's never done an interview. He vanished from basically being able to be tracked anywhere. This is in a pre-social media era, because I think that was, if I remember correctly, 02 or 03, and I don't think he's ever spoken publicly in 20 years since that actually ended up happening, because he became the villain of why the Cubs lost in that postseason. Because if they made that catch, in theory, they would have gone on and won a championship, in theory. But yeah, you're right. There occasionally that does happen, that the fan becomes sort of an iconic part of the overall lore of the team. But the Cubs have gone on and won a championship since.
So who's going to, Mr. Clay Travis? Who's going to win this Super Bowl that my beloved Kansas City Chiefs are in?
Well, first, I'm excited to be out in Phoenix again, starting next week, which is one of the markets we're number 1 overall in. So weather should be good. I'm already checking. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Patrick Mahomes will win a second Super Bowl, and I can't wait to be out there. City of the Valley of the Sun should be a lot of fun.